Hello friends, welcome to the next video of Professional Pathshala. So in this introductory video we are going to start with a new subject, so that is e-business or e-commerce. As I'm getting feedbacks from the students that I should come up with the subjects which are very relevant to the students who are pursuing some of the professional courses. So as this channel is dedicated to serve the purpose for professional students who are pursuing professional courses, so I have started with this e-business or e-commerce. So in this introductory lecture I will explain in brief about the topics which I am going to cover, the objectives of studying e-business. That will help you a lot, that will help you to gain certain insights into the subject, that why this subject is important and why you should study this subject. So let's start with it. So those who are also eager to know about research methodology, so in the description of this video I have mentioned the two links which will take you towards your subject, that is research methodology, which is also equivalently important to all of you, right? Those who are studying these subjects as well. Okay, so let's start with it. So let's understand what e-business is all about. So as we all are aware that conducting or doing a business online, simply it is online business or e-commerce. But yes, we have to understand in detail and we need to understand what is the basic definition of it, because you need to write it somewhere, because you need to understand. That's why you will be able to apply the concepts in the upcoming units. So let's get into it. So the definition of e-business means, or also it is known as electronic business, it is the conduct of business process on the internet. As we all know that while we transact, while we do a business through electronic medium, that is through internet, we simply call it as e-business. So what this process includes? This process includes buying and as well as selling of goods. Servicing customers means giving a proper service to customers. Now what does service means? Service means delivery services, because once you purchase from Amazon, so it is the responsibility of Amazon to get it delivered at your place. So that will be counted as delivery services. If you don't like the product or anything else, so what they will do, it is the utmost priority of the e-tailer or e-retailer to ask you to return it back. So that will also be counted as a service. Those people who purchase electronic goods through online mode, so even online companies, they also provide after sale services. So we can say that it includes range of services: buying, selling, and also servicing as well. Payments, because we used to pay, so they are responsible for the payment services as well. Managing production control, sometimes your production control, how it will be controlled through online processes, that is also included in it. Collaborating with business partners, likewise your channel partners, means there are certain channel partners you will be having. Sharing information, employee related information, your customer related information, and running automated employee services, recruiting, and a range of other services. So your e-business is not only buying and selling, but it in itself is a cloud of services which in itself has a range of other aspects included into it. As we all are aware that there are so many e-commerce sites or so many e-commerce platforms which are available, ranging from your matrimonial sites, they are also doing e-business, your e-tailers like your Amazon, Flipkart, Snapdeal, your Myntra, fine. So even ticketing platforms which are responsible of booking tickets for the customers. So there are so many online businesses which are happening around us. But the question arises, why companies they are going for e-businesses? What is their motive? So I have just taken some a screenshot from Bloomberg, right, the Quint, which says that in India you can see that the Flipkart is holding a majority of the share, that is around 32% amongst all the other members or all the other e-retailers which are available online. Amongst them you can see that the others they have a significant share, and followed by of course the Amazon India. Amazon India is a 31%, sorry, and followed by 16% means all others e-commerce players. So you can see that this is a research by Forrester and printed by Bloomberg, Now you can see that e-retail commerce sales growth by region in 2019. So this is data for the previous year. So you can see across all the world this has grown significantly, right? But once you talk about Middle East, in Asia, right, so it's 21%. But let's talk about what's the condition of countries like India. So you can see in Asia Pacific it has grown by 25%, and of course a country like India, it has grown by 31%, around 32%. So Mexico is the country which is leading the charts. The reason being because it is very aggressively promoting, the country very aggressively promoting the online sales, and the policy of the country is to support its online companies who are providing with the online products. So of course India is also doing the same, as well as China, because China has already seen a significant growth in the previous year. So that's why you can see that in 2019 China is not registered so much of amount of growth, and it is also at almost stagnant level since past 3 or 4 years. But yes, from here we can conclude that worldwide it is growing at the rate of around 20.7% per year. So every year it is registering a growth. So that's why you can see that the retailers or the companies who are doing business online, they see a significant amount of change in, or you can say progress in, the online potential of online business. So that's why they are investing more and more and doing more business. You can see this graph is always increasing, as the case is it's for the year 2020. You can see that this is increasing by the end of 2019 it has registered a slight decrease, but yes, it is expected to increase as we will recover from this pandemic. So you can see that online growth will be there again on the same spot as it was in the previous years, but yes, it will increase after this pandemic will end by the month of August, it is expected, right? If you talk about the sector wise composition, you can see that mostly it is dominated by electronics. So electronics makes around almost 48 to 50% of the total sales which are being conducted online. So data for 2018. So we're waiting for 2019's data. So yes, but that's why you can see that it holds very much importance nowadays, and followed by apparels, as we all know that the fashion products are being sold online in a very significant manner. This is a data which I have screenshot, which I have taken from Wikipedia. So it says that what are the major acquisitions which have taken place, right? So as we all are aware, Flipkart acquired Myntra, Snapdeal acquired Unicommerce, Snapdeal acquires Freecharge, Flipkart acquires PhonePe. These are various acquisitions which have taken place in the e-commerce market. Now, the reason of displaying this over here is to make you aware that these things are happening around us, means there is something which is of potential. That's why your e-commerce players or e-retailers, they are watching it every time, and they are acquiring the companies who are of significance to them. So यही reason है, this is the reason actually कि वो mergers or acquisitions they are taking place. So any industry जहाँ पे mergers and acquisitions frequently होते हैं, it means the industry is very competitive, has huge amount of potential. Let's move further and see that how online retail spending in India is trending now. As you can see, by 2020 ये forecast है Forrester का, this is a company for market research, that the market size for India's e-commerce was already $15 billion US, and it was forecasted to be worth around $188 billion in 2025. But due to this coronavirus pandemic, it is a bit on a downside. It may be somewhat near around $150 billion or $120 billion, but yes, it is bound to increase. So आप देख सकते हैं that the chart is increasing. So that's why if someone asks you कि potential क्या है ये business का, why to study ये business, so you can say to them, आप उनको बोल सकते हो that it is always increasing, spending increase हो रही है, growth rate ज़्यादा है इंडिया में, एशिया पैसिफिक में बहुत ज़्यादा growth rate है इसकी मैक्सिको के बाद. India is the only country which is registering a huge amount of growth in online businesses. So that's why this is the reason in actual. So you can see कि इंडिया की जो ग्रॉसरी रिटेल है वो 10.5 billion US dollars के आसपास होगी by 2023. So Red Seer has predicted this thing. Fine. So as we see, we have different platforms. So these are the various applications of e-business. So first one is the customer retail management, enterprise resource planning, in email, because e-business is directly related to that, voice mailing, web conferencing, e-commerce, right? So you can see that e-commerce is a subset of your e-business. So in the next lecture we will cover this basic difference between e-commerce and e-business. उनमें difference क्या है, online banking and internet advertising. So we will try to cover all these aspects. So yes, this is very much important. In the upcoming lectures, right, I'll split these lectures into certain videos. So we will be covering e-business plans, building and launching an e-business plan, कैसे हम उसको launch कर सकते हैं, and online payment systems कैसे होते हैं, right, how to make online payment, what are the security if there is any security and reliability issues, business website कैसे develop की जाती है, understanding new internet economy, how we can go through the basic concept of internet and how it is changing the competitive landscape in business strategy, and value creation, how to create value in e-age, in electronic age, right. So ये topics हम cover करेंगे, these topics we will cover in the upcoming videos. So I would like to tell you that one by one we'll be covering it. So in the comment section you can comment whatever topic you would like to watch with the help of videos or with the help of some other modes if you want me to do that. So do comment on it, and if you wish to remain updated with the videos, just kindly subscribe to this channel so that whatever videos I'll be uploading, so you should be informed about it. So before I end this lecture, or before I put an end to this lecture, I would just like to tell you that apart from it we have our research methodology subject which is going on parallelly with it. So you can watch those videos as well, as I mentioned in the initially as well, that I have mentioned the link in the comment box, right. So you can also tell me that what other videos you would like to see, right. So okay, see you in the next lecture. Till then, bye bye.